G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. I've ended up in another freezing cold, windy environment. At least the sun's on me, so that helps. It's so good to see you, and I wanted to talk about this. This has arrived. This is the Nikon Z Planner. I talked recently in a video how I think the ZF is a little bit of a secret weapon, a little bit of a Trojan horse, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, really what I meant by that was it's something that's in plain sight. It seems on first appearances to be just another thing, but then once you start to use it, once you start to explore it, you really start to see and understand the broad appeal, the potential for the market, how it disrupts the market as a whole, not just the Nikon market. And I feel like this beautiful lens, I feel like it fits in a similar category. And the reason I say that is, in some corners of the internet, Nikon was criticized for making the 1.8 primes. I purchased the 50mm 1.8 first, and I could see that it was something special. And ever since then, that was kind of the window, that was the gateway to understanding that Z was different to F. And it was certainly different to all of the old SLR lenses. And now as I've used more other brands, it's also different to, say, Fuji lenses and what they're capable of. So we had the 1.8s. And then we had the 50mm 1.2 and the 85 1.2. And for me, there was kind of this belief that things really couldn't get any better than the 85mm 1.2, unless you wanted to buy something like the Noct, which was fully manual focus, manual aperture. So it's got its niche purposes, but it's not a lens that maybe everyday working photographers would commonly put into their kit. Just the fact that it's fully manual and the fact that it's got an enormous price tag. A large enough price tag for a photographer to put a whole kit together. So what have we here? We have yet another surprise. Another thing that is really interesting. Another thing that's out of left field. Unexpected. Nobody thought this was going to happen. I certainly didn't think it was going to happen. We had a 135mm on the same line as all of the other 1.8s, and I just thought it was going to come along and be a 135 1.8 in the league of the 20, the 24, the 35, the 50, and the 85. But no, Nikon surprised us. And what does this mean? Well, we don't know what it means. We don't know if this, like the Noct, is this the only Planner lens ever? Maybe. Maybe this is a one-off and we will never see the technology appear again. That's a chance. You create, by far, the best in class. People love it. People are excited about it. And we live in this world now where if somebody is getting into something, there are subsets of those communities, whether it's fishing, whether it's cars, whether it's watches. There's a whole lot of things, including cameras. Some people are very happy to have the best of the best, and some people are happy to pay for it. What I love about this is, not only is it an amazing artifact, it's an amazing creation, like a watch, like a car. It is that. It's also something that's an astonishing tool. It's a tool as well, and that's where I get most excited. Sure, it's gear, and gear is great, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing to me is that it's a tool that I can create with. And what I love, why I have purchased this lens, is because it gives me more creative opportunities. Now, that doesn't mean we can't create with what we have. We can. I've always been a nerd, I've always loved technology, and I've always been an early adopter. Ask anybody who's known me for the last 4 decades. That's just who I am. This here, well, this is brand new, cutting edge technology. It's extraordinarily exciting because I can create things. I can go out into this world. And this is why I'm here, shooting in the world, because this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in creating the juxtaposition of humanity and environment, the juxtaposition of the built world versus the natural world. And a class-leading device like this It creates opportunity for me to tell more stories, for me to push more into the darkness, more into the corners, to have more separation, to have more capabilities. If you haven't seen my Plena video, which is largely just video and stills, very little talk, and you will have been seeing some of that video in this, but I suggest you go look at that video. That is to me in my happy place. It's not because I love gear, it's because I love what gear allows me to do. And the reality is I am so excited, so happy, so pumped to go out there and put my money where my mouth is. And I am shooting every week for this channel to bring new images, new and exciting looks, new lenses, new cameras, new bodies, new sensors, and all of them are different types of expression, whether it is the 9mm 5.6, which is another great video, and I'm so blown away by the outcomes of this really affordable 7 Artisans lens. It's not Nikon, it's 7 Artisans. Or the new Tamron 35-150 f2 to 2.8. Check out that video right here. Another extraordinarily exciting lens, which I think allows us to have more creative opportunities. That's what I'm excited about, and that's what I go out and show you. Why am I excited? Why am I excited? Opportunity, potential, creation, exploration, and joy, the hope of finding something joyful that actually personally, go the wind, personally brings me pleasure. I have always done my cityscape, streetscape art photography because it brought me pleasure. It took me to a place where I could find beauty amongst the chaos of life. I could find meaning between the built world and the natural world. And I could tell stories, I could share stories, I could share my vision. That's what this channel's about. That's what gear is about, telling stories and sharing. And that's what this community is about. We love sharing stories, we love telling stories, and we love sharing what we're capable of creating with these astonishing state-of-the-art tools that we are so privileged to be presented from these companies. We are so privileged to have this level of potential at our fingertips at the price point that we have. Some might say the Plena is expensive, and I say any brush that allows me to paint like I have never painted before is priceless. Creative tools are absolutely critical. The intention of this channel is to inspire, is to create joy, is to share information and to share what is possible out on the limits of some of this equipment in the style and the way that I do things. That's all that I can do, is be true to myself about what I can best deliver on this channel. As we take this out of the box, yet again, Nikon has shown to us, sure, they didn't arrive first at the party, the mirrorless party. They didn't. They didn't arrive first, but when they arrived, they really brought the party with them. And the Plena here is just a next level object. I hope that Plena is a range of lenses which states we are the best. We are the best of the best. But right now we have one. There may ever only be one. Who knows? And for that, I'm very excited, and I can't wait to show you more of what I do with this extraordinary, exciting, innovative, state-of-the-art, class-leading lens. The Nikkor Z 135 1.8 S Plena. It's going to rock our socks. Everybody, it has. It's so good to see you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about what I've been talking about. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the 135 Plena. Is this something that you will be interested in? And what do you think about the fact that what could have just been an everyday 135 1.8 became something completely different? It became something that Nikon basically says is a knocked level lens for 1/3 of the price. If this is your first time here, I would love to see you again, so please do subscribe, please share, and please like.